What's going on YouTube, and welcome to the Dragon Squad. ReactionDragonz here, and in this video we just wanted to take a few minutes and kind of discuss what's going on with the channel. We feel like you guys have done so much for us as a channel, helped us grow, especially last year. We wanted to have some transparency as far as like what's going on with us in the background, as well as our goals for 2022. Because obviously, you guys help out the most of that, so the more that we share with you, I'm sure it'll be the more that you guys can help us achieve our goals. So again, thank you once again.
Hey, make sure you stick around to the end of the video where you hear about me and Ember's upgrades that are coming to the channel. Lots of cool stuff, but it's going to be at the end of the video, so make sure you watch the video all the way through to hear about our upgrades. But it's a lot of cool stuff that pertains to you guys and us. You got to stick around.
I'm starting off with like how we ended 2021 in terms of performance. We just wanted to say this just to kind of show you guys how far we came and how much further we're going to go. But we got to kind of look back as far as what we've already accomplished. So in 2021, the crazy thing is for the year we hit 1.3 million views, which is amazing. I mean,
yeah.
I just got to take a second to top it up for you guys, because obviously you guys are the ones that are viewing. We can't watch our own videos. I mean, we can, but there's only two of us.
Not one.
Yeah, I didn't watch this shit a million times. That shit's crazy, and obviously our main goal is, if we can get to a point where we're doing 1.3 million views a month instead of a year, that will be phenomenal. But hey, we gotta take baby steps where we can. And that's a huge growth because we've only been a channel for 2 years. So much appreciated to every single person that's viewed, liked, commented, even disliked. We appreciate you guys as well, because engagement's engagement at the end of the day.
I remember when me and Ember first started, we put out trash trailer. You go to our scroll in our very first video, I think it was the Sonic trailer, the dog shit one. I still remember he's like, oh bro, we got 100 views in like 5 days. I'm like, oh bro, 100 views.
Yeah, we used to do little celebrations over 100 views, 10 likes, like, oh, can't wait, next episode, maybe we'll get 200 views.
Yeah, maybe we'll get 2 likes. Oh wait, those are our likes.
Yeah, exactly. And then fast forward to like the next year, we had videos that were getting 1,000 views in like 45 minutes. Yeah. I think our biggest video last year was the Cobra Kai season finale to season 3. Had like over 54,000 views, and that was crazy because that episode literally I feel like took our channel to like the next tier of performance. So yeah, again, just wanted to take a moment and thank you guys so much for that.
Thank you.
And as far as like goals we have for 2022, we're literally 900 subs away from 10,000. So that will be the first order of business. If we can just get you guys, anybody that watches our video on a regular basis, you just never like thought about subscribing, it's literally like right there, that little subscribe button. You can probably hit it while you're watching this video. Every single subscriber helps, and once we get to 10K, it's gonna unlock a lot of cool different features for us, which we'll get to in a minute. Now, obviously the goal for 2022, I like to kind of shoot a little bit high here. I think Glacier will agree. If we can get to 50,000 subs by the end of this year, I feel like that would be like game changing for us, because like last year, I think we grew by 7,000 subs. So shit, we can do that 7-fold this year. That's just gonna show the power of engagement, and we really appreciate it. But I'm a numbers guy personally, so I figure we break the numbers down and make it into smaller goals, then it'll help you guys kind of truly like do your best to show support in any way, shape, or form. So I figured, 50,000 subs by the end of the year. We're in the beginning of February now, right? So that would come out to like 4,600 subs a month. We break that down, it's only 153 subs per day. And anybody that's growing a channel, this is actually a really good practice. If you can just break down your big goals into little miniature goals and just take it on a day-to-day basis, you'll achieve your goals a lot faster than you realize.
Yeah,
anything you want to do.
Yeah, before we never started a video, we've had sales jobs, any job. Even just a goal. Want to buy this car, how much is the car? Just break it down monthly, weekly, daily, and then even in your day, I always used to do it like, cause I like football, so I would break it down in quarters of the day, like my lunch is my halftime, like my third quarter, and when you start doing that though, it creates that focus point to grow. So not to segue from what Ember's saying, but just kind of to shine light on that, it does work.
Exactly, we build our dragon layer one brick at a time, so you guys can do it too, metaphorically or literally, whatever your cup of tea is. With that, we want to kind of get into our next topic, which is going to be the top 3 reasons that we may not continue a particular show on our channel, because that's going to kind of go into what we're looking to achieve for 2022. I believe at the end of the day, if you're not doing something that you enjoy and that you're passionate about, then there's no point in doing it at all. And there's a lot of people that may argue, oh, you guys should just do whatever shows you want to do and just make videos because it's fun, and if you do that, then the views and the monetization, the income will come. I agree with that to a certain extent. I do believe you have to do something that you're truly passionate about, which we do. That's why we wouldn't be doing this without it, because you got to remember the first year or so we were doing this channel literally for free because we weren't monetized. At that point, it's literally about growing the channel. So yeah, we were putting a lot of time and a lot of money in studio equipment and editing time, trying to like harness our craft. And essentially we were, not only doing it for free, we were paying money to do it because it was investments in the business. We understood that's what it takes to grow any kind of business, especially an internet channel. So at this point, we are fully monetized now. This is essentially to us, like a full-time gig amongst the other stuff, the other streams of revenue we got going on in the background. So it's really important for us to get this channel where we can sustain and at least like keep the lights on, pay the bills, and also make it a true stream of revenue. Because otherwise, without that, we'd have to rely on other streams of revenue and put more focus on those.
Right.
And we want to put like most of our focus on this channel. As far as why we may not finish a show, I'll say the number 3 reason, because this typically happens very rarely, is any kind of technical difficulties. And by that I mean, let's say we're watching an episode of a show and the camera dies and we don't realize it and we've already watched the whole episode. Yeah. Well, we're not going to go back and do a fake reaction. We've already seen it, so it's kind of DOA at that point.
Yeah.
Or let's say the SD card gets corrupted. That's happened before. During the editing, the file just gets corrupted. There's no audio. There's no video. Shit happens. I mean, we can't really control certain technical difficulties.
Well, to add light to that, to be more specific, we've had specific show recently is Chucky. Me and Ember did finish. Fire ass series, loved it. Definitely going to be there for season 2, and we'll try to drop the first episode when season 2 drops. Unfortunately, like Ember just said, we watched those episodes. They're pre-recorded, but our raw footage of us reacting, not so much the actual video, the raw footage got corrupted, and we're not going to go back and be like, oh, that happened, like, it's just shocking. It's not real. There's loyal fans, our Dragon Squad, they're going to pick up probably on that, like, I don't know, he seems like he watched that, and it hurts the branding, in my opinion.
You guys are smart enough where you can call out bullshit reactions when you see them. So
I apologize to the Chucky fans. We did watch it. Me and Ember loved it. Fire as shit. That's the reason why we didn't continue that one in particular.
Yeah, and then as far as like Rick and Morty, I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering, what happened to the last 2 episodes of season 5 of Rick and Morty? Well, just so happens that we don't pay for cable. We have probably like every streaming service under the sun. It didn't make sense to us to pay monthly for a cable subscription just for one show or one episode of a show. And with Rick and Morty, it really only aired on Cartoon Network as far as like the brand new episodes. So you had to have a cable subscription to watch the episodes unless you're downloading it illegally, which we tried that and I'm just getting every type of spam pop-up shit you could think of trying to find the episodes, so I just kind of gave up on that. On Hulu is usually where we find our Rick and Morty episodes to download to edit, and they didn't drop season 5 episodes at all. I believe they are dropping them this week, so we should be getting the episode 9 and 10 in season 5 out to you guys hopefully by next week. But just wanted to touch light on that. That's one of the rare reasons that we may not finish a show because of any kind of technical difficulties that may arise. I'll say the number 2 reason would be copyright claims. And anybody that has a YouTube channel, especially for monetized, you know how crucial it is when your videos get copyright claims. That's really our bread and butter. We make money off ad revenue, essentially. I mean, that's one of the main streams of revenue for this channel. So when you spend all this time editing a video and then you put it on YouTube, I would say the strictest studio when it comes to copyright claims has to be Warner Brothers. We've had some issues with some of the Disney Plus shows, but Warner Brothers takes the fucking cake. I mean, you guys understand, like when it comes to trailer reactions, TV shows, movies, they're just so trigger happy. I don't know if it's like a bot or an algorithm that's just automatically finding videos and just copyright claim without question, but they're so strict with it that we literally almost can't get anything past them. We're trying really hard with the Harry Potter movies. If you guys have been watching our channel, we're starting the journey into the Harry Potter franchise. But even with those, like we've had to trim those at least 2 or 3 times, dispute copyright claims just to get them monetized.
Yeah, so some of you that are in those comments too, that are like, which is understandable as far as, hey, there's a lot, like some footage missing here, footage missing there. That's because, to Amber's point, it's not like we want to cut out those scenes. They were probably originally were there, but we had to clip them in order to get it out for non-copyright reasons. So some, like Amber said, it gets to a point where he's not going to sit there and continue to clip it to where now we put it out, maybe it's not copyright claim, but now it's trash.
Yeah, quality shit.
Which reflects on us. And you're like, well, I'm not going to watch a Harry Potter movie with this guy because it literally took out all the good footage. There's not even audio here. What the hell's going on?
Exactly, and a lot of times we'll clip one scene that they claim, and then it's just like playing a game of whack-a-mole. Another scene pops up, they claim that, we clip that. They pop up another scene, you clip that. By the time, like, Glacier's saying, the entire video is butchered. Or they might just block it all together, and they'll just say, okay, the entire length of reaction is blocked under copyright law. And again, we try to go to bat and we try to dispute it, and sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. But if certain shows are just too hard to handle as far as copyright claims, or they're just relentless and they're just literally playing games where we're wasting time and money getting it done, we may just shelf that show. We may try to put it on Patreon if it gets enough attention, but at the end of the day, this is a business, and so the business has to generate revenue, so we can't continue to put out videos that are getting blocked or demonetized. That's not going to help us grow. And again, that's our main goal this year, is to grow the channel. So,
and to add one more thing to that is also just time management right now. Like I work full time. Ember has his full time thing, and we do this full time too. So time is really precious. Like time we can't get back. So that's what he's highlighting as far as like with editing. Like it'll be different. Like I said, we end up hitting these goals down the road, which we will. We get the 50,000, 100,000 subscribers. But then it's a little bit different. We got editors, we got more, it's more efficiency. Then maybe we'll play a little around with the copyrights. We'll have more time, but right now time is very precious to us.
Yeah, and our goal is to try to get out more content to you guys. You know, we're trying to find like a squad of like 5 or 6 solid shows that we can put out. That way it keeps you guys engaged, it gives you guys quality content that we're proud of. And again, that's it. All it's gonna do is just help you guys, help us grow the channel. And that's kind of segueing into the number one reason we may not finish the show, and this is really like the main reason, is performance. As much as we love a show, and as much as you love a show, it might be like one of the best shows we've ever seen. Attack on Titan is a perfect example of that. One of the best shows I've ever seen. But at the end of the day, for whatever reason, the show does not perform well on this channel. And we've tried everything. We've tried changing thumbnail style. We tried like releasing it literally as soon as the episode drops. We have the episode edited and the reaction out within a couple hours.
Ember's even had it to where he's got a website to get better keywords for pushing. I mean, we try.
Yeah, we've done video optimization. I pay money to like outsource it to optimize each of the videos just to get more impressions. Nothing's worked. Like we've reacted to some of like the break the internet moments of Attack on Titan, and none of them even cracked 1,000 views. And I mean, first and foremost, like we appreciate every single person that watches the video, likes it, comments, subscribes. We appreciate every single one of you guys. So, you know, I understand that some of you guys may get bummed out or disappointed. Oh, you guys started a show and you didn't finish it. Yeah. And I mean, the only thing I can say is, you know, our sincerest apologies. We just hope that you guys understand that at the end of the day, this is a business for us. Yeah. And if we're putting either 3 or 4 hours of time at editing or $20, $30, $40 a pop to pay someone else to edit it, and the video is not performing, that's time and money that we're losing. When we talk about growing anything, any kind of business, it's all about return on investment. And we're not saying, you know, we're not expecting you to double or triple our investment, but it's got to at least show us that it's worth the time and the money to continue to put those projects out.
And to Ember's point too, also, you know, we find that a show like, one of them right now is Boba Fett. Boba Fett is a great show, but the first episode, to Ember's point, wasn't showing engagement, it wasn't showing near anything. But we know there's a big Star Wars fan base, and you know, it doesn't mean that show won't go on our Patreon. Exactly. So we do try to, you know, we try to make, it's impossible to make everyone happy, but we try our best to try to accommodate all parties.
Exactly, and that's why, like, when it comes to performance, like the goal this year, we're really just trying to try to stick to the numbers, because I feel like if we just let you know what our numbers goals are, that's going to help you get a better understanding of what we're looking for as far as a high performing video. None of these numbers or you know, metric requirements are out of reach. Like we've had shows that have far surpassed all these numbers that we're about to present to you, but I just wanted to like make it, you know, known to our Dragon Squad, so you guys know what we're looking for, because again, you know, we try to be as transparent as possible, and that way it helps you guys help us. So as far as the, you know, as far as the metrics goes going forward, and this is really just like anytime we start a new show, because once we have the show and we choose, okay, you're part of our main stable of shows, then we're gonna finish it to the very end. And you guys know, like most of the shows that we've done, I would say 98, 99% of the shows that we start, we finish. There's probably been a handful that we couldn't finish for the obvious reason that we just mentioned. But going forward, in order for a show to stay on this channel, once we release the pilot episode of that reaction, the first thing we have to focus on is views. So at the end of the day, the views are kind of what drive the ad revenue for this channel, right? So the first requirement is it's within the first week. We're gonna give each new show we do, we're gonna give it a week to do this before we either continue it or cut it from the channel. The views, we're gonna set a goal for 2,000 views, okay? Now usually what that means is usually within the first 24 hours, it's probably gonna have to get close to 1,000 views, because we understand with YouTube performance, especially when it comes to reaction episodes, the graph kind of, it'll peak, it'll get most of its views right at the beginning, and then it's gonna plateau, and then at some point it's gonna dip.
Unless it's a viral one.
Unless we get lucky and it's a viral, then it'll peak really high and then it'll sustain and it'll plateau for a long time before it does any kind of dip. But for the most part with reaction, it's gonna peak high at first within 24 hours, and then it'll plateau and then eventually it'll drop off. So typically if a video is gonna get 2,000 views, it's probably gonna get half of those views within the first 24 hours. We've seen it time and time again with a lot of our stable shows, so we know that this is an achievable goal. Next up will be the likes. We're gonna set a goal for 150 likes within that first week. Again, more than attainable, because all the shows that we stuck with that have been really popular with the channel have gotten that or surpassed it. Yeah. As far as comments, because again, this is all tying into the engagement factor. So comments, we're gonna set a goal of 25 comments within the first week. Again, more than achievable, and this is just, you know, again, by us telling you this, maybe you were thinking about dropping a comment and you decide not to. Just maybe take that second thought. Well, maybe I just say, hey guys, you know, great job, like the video, or we love Easter eggs too. So anytime we do a show, if you guys leave any Easter eggs that we didn't know about behind the scenes, who did the voice acting, something if the show's based on like a book or a novel or a video game, any kind of Easter eggs, we love those. So don't feel afraid to share. And now we're gonna get in the habit. We're gonna start reading out a couple of those comments on a week by, or on a episode by episode basis, just to kind of show you guys that we are reading and we are responding to those comments as much as we
well,
can.
it's true. Yeah, if you guys, our viewers know, like our Wheel of Time, or Shadow and Bones, or Avatar, any of the shows, there's comments out there. Me and Amber are pretty good, not just about just liking it and putting it in. We actually will reply to most. I try to make it a point to reply to all of them. Sometimes I can't get to them, again, time management, but I do try to get to, I'd say 90%, I usually, me or Amber will reply to it.
Because as the channel grows, we don't want to feel like, you know, us as a channel, we're just sitting in these like ivory towers and we're not accessible to reach when you guys, you know, leave us your thoughts, your feelings. Like, you guys are the reason we're here in the first place. So we deeply appreciate every type of engagement you guys do for us. So, and as far as click-through rate, a lot of you guys may not know as far as click-through rate unless you have a YouTube channel, but essentially that just means that however many people see the video on their YouTube feed, how many people, what's the percentage of people that are actually clicking on the video. We set a pretty easy goal of 3.5%. So that means that, and a lot of this is kind of out of your control as viewers as far as how many people are seeing our video, but as an individual viewer, if you like the video, obviously the more people that click on that video, the higher that click-through percentage is going to be. We set that at 3.5%. I mean, that's kind of like a decline. Last year we finished with like 4.8%, but I figure if we're going to get more views, the click-through rate is usually going to take a little bit of a dive once the views go up. It's just the nature of the beast. And again, hopefully this helps you guys that are maybe starting your own reaction channel. And as far as watch time, we try to get it to where each video is averaging about 6-7 minutes of watch time, so that's going to be a requirement. And at the end of the day, we're not expecting the show to make it on this channel. We're not expecting you to achieve every single one of these requirements. All we're asking is that for a video to perform, just do 3 out of the 6, because we have 6 criteria total. The 6th one being subs, by the way. So every video is going to have a certain amount of people that subscribe after watching that video. Now we're going to set the goal kind of high, because again, we really want to like shoot for the moon. If we aim on if we fall in the clouds, so be it. Yeah. But I want to see if we can get 100 subs per new show. And again, all we're asking is for each of these shows that we're trying out, for it to be a stable on our channel. We're just asking you to do 3 out of the 6. I don't care which 3 of them are. I mean, it's got to start, you know, the views are to us are the most important. So if you do the views and then it achieves the likes and the comments, or the likes and the watch time, likes and any variation of those, then we will continue it. Now, if it's like barely hitting those criteria, we might give it one more episode just to make sure that that show is a show that everybody is into. And unfortunately, if it doesn't hit those videos, specifically the views, if it doesn't hit the views, 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna hit the other criteria anyway, because the views are kind of like the forefront to tell how well a video is doing. If it doesn't hit at least 3 of those criteria, then unfortunately we're gonna drop the video from our channel. But the good news is, there's so much content out there in the virtual world between all the streaming services, so we're gonna keep doing a search, a treasure hunt, if you will, to find gems of shows that not only are great shows, but also have a great fan base that love to engage with the viewers. So that's gonna be our goal, is we're gonna sift through, and we're gonna keep doing those polls. We did a pilot week last year when we were, I mean, you guys may remember, it was between Avatar, Dark, Umbrella Academy, and we ended up choosing, we were only intending to choose one of the videos or one of the shows for that poll. We ended up choosing 3 because all 3, Dark, Avatar, and Umbrella Academy, all were doing amazing as far as these criteria. So that won't be out of the question. Anytime we do polls, or the next time we do a pilot week, if 2 or 3 of the shows are performing to those standards, it won't be out of question. We might just choose all of them to react.
Yep, and what we might do, not every show, but let's say the shows that get cut, like I said, they either be on Patreon, and if they don't make a Patreon, me and Amber have talked, and it depends on the audience, we might just do a review video on the overall season or the overall show. Again, not everyone, it'll be a case-by-case basis, but you can expect that in the future as well.
Exactly, and I'm not saying we're gonna be like hard asses about this, where the video does 1,900 views and does, you know, 99 likes, and it's like, nope, didn't do it, didn't make the cut. If it's a beloved show, we see there's potential there, then we'll see it through. Now, we continue with episodes 2, 3, and 4, and then the views start dropping and the engagement drops, then we may be liable to cut the show as well. So you have to think of it kind of like when a studio has a new show, they start with a pilot, right? And with the pilot, if the pilot doesn't get ratings, they're not gonna get renewed for a first season or second season. They're gonna get cut. So we kind of treat it like that, and I feel like if we stay more strict to those criteria, we're gonna find a stable of much stronger shows than even we did last year. And again, with much stronger shows, it's gonna be more engagement from you guys, because it shows that you guys are enjoying more, and it's also gonna be more growth for the channel. So again, there might be some of you guys out there that don't agree with this method, that may be, you know, disappointed or frustrated we cancel the show, and all we can say is our deepest apologies, but at the end of the day, we have to do what's best for the channel, because the channel is our business, and if the business fails, then there is no more channel. And that's the last thing you want. So hopefully you guys, if nothing else, you guys understand where we're coming from, and the ones that do understand are on board with this. My hope is that it will give you the little spark, or maybe you weren't gonna like the video or subscribe or leave a comment or share it, then maybe that'll give you a little oomph to maybe do so, because at least you know I guess, what's at stake and then how much it actually helps us as a channel. All right, so enough of that. That was kind of like the operational side of things. We want to just get that out there so you guys are aware. Now on to the fun part as far as like what we're like any kind of upgrades that we're doing in 2022. These are going to be, I mean, this is the fun part for us. This is actually going to just make our channel better overall. So the first thing we're going to upgrade as far as like equipment upgrades, I don't know if you guys have noticed the quality of video improving slightly. We did go ahead and upgrade our camera. We went with the Panasonic Lumix G95. And this is actually like a side note. Anybody out there that's doing a reaction channel that's thinking about getting a camera, here's a little tip that, you know, we had to find out the hard way. So if you guys are planning on spending $700, $800, $1,000 on a camera, I want to make sure that it's going to be a camera that actually works for what you guys are doing. There are certain cameras out there, I'll say actually the majority of cameras out there, they're bound by a limitation of recording time. And this is something we found out the hard way. Because our first camera we went to was the Canon M80, I believe. And video and audio quality on that was superb. It was amazing, right? But the deal breaker for us, and we found out real quick, is that most DSLR cameras or mirrorless cameras, they have a recording limit of 29 minutes and 59 seconds because of this law where if it records more than 30 minutes at a time, they have to register it as a camcorder, which means they have to charge more for the camera. And I guess companies, instead of giving it, like finding some kind of loophole, they just said, okay, we're just gonna cut off the recording time at 29 minutes and 59 seconds. Or if you guys are building a reaction channel and you're doing a show that's 45 minutes, an hour, or a 2-hour movie, that can be a real pain in the ass. You gotta think about it. You gotta stop it every 30 minutes, pause the movie, go to your camera, hit record again, come back to your movie, hit play, and then in post-edit, you have to sit there and make all that shit sync together so that way it doesn't look like
that's
shit.
A pain. If you've edited before, that's a pain in the ass to sit there and sync.
If you know, you know.
You know, you know.
So, and again, most of the DSLR mirrorless cameras are gonna have that recording limit. So we chose the G95 because after doing a bunch of research, the Panasonic Lumix G series are the only cameras that I know of at least that have essentially an unlimited recording limit without you having to buy, you know, a $600 recording monitor or have to like sit there and loophole it through a different software to kind of like jailbreak your camera. The G series, it's straight up, for whatever reason, they were allowed to make their camera and make it have a limitless recording. So that was the main reason we did. Also, the placement of the SD card on the M80, another deal breaker for me, was the fact that the SD card is literally at the bottom of the camera in the same carriage where the battery is. So think about that. We have our camera on a tripod. The tripod has a little bracket they have to screw into the bottom of the camera so to mount on the tripod. So in order for me to take the SD card out every time I wanted to like do editing, I have to take the camera off the tripod, unscrew the bracket just to get to the battery door, just to get to the SD card, and then I have to sit there and mount the camera back on and realign it so the framing is the same as all other videos. Yeah, that was a complete pain in the ass after our first recording job with that camera. So that camera went right back to the manufacturer. Nothing else against camera if you're a photographer or if you do like vlogs or whatever. I'm not saying that the camera's shit, I'm just saying those two specific features are something that you really want to think about when you're using this camera to do long reactions to videos, because that syncing issue will be a complete nightmare. So yeah, good thing about, you know, I would definitely recommend the G95. I'm actually in the process of ordering a lens with a lower aperture so we can get that, what they call the bokeh effect, I believe it's called, where the forefront is very precise and very focused and the background has a little bit of a blur to give it that little oomph to it. So we are in the process of upgrading the lens as well as the microphone. I don't know how the sound quality is on this because again, this is our first time kind of finagling with the new camera. I have noticed on a couple of the previous videos there is a little bit of an echo, and that is kind of, a lot of it has to deal with the room that we're recording. The Dragonz lair is not the most soundproof room, as well as the quality of the microphone itself. We are in the process of upgrading, I believe, to the Blue Yeti because we heard great things about the noise cancellation and the background noise cancellation. So we're gonna go with the Blue Yeti microphones. If you guys have any other recommendations on mics, you know, leave it down below. But yeah, I mean, that's just the main piece of hardware that we're going to be upgrading, as well as we're gonna do something special for the background. I won't spoil it. You know, when it's back there, you'll definitely know. We're gonna have one more little centerpiece to the Dragonz lair motif. I think you guys are really gonna like it, so be on the lookout for that. And then other than that, we are making plans, hopefully middle or end of this year, to start doing some gaming streaming on this channel. We're actually gonna work where we'll have a Twitch account as well as a YouTube account. We'll see if maybe we can stream on both simultaneously. I know there's a way to do it.
And have some exclusive streams on Patreon too as well.
Exactly, so that's something we're gonna do. Of course, you know, we wanna kind of get the channel off the ground where upgraded and it's running, firing all cylinders, and that'll allow us to have the extra funds to get the streaming off the ground. But just keep in mind that is coming, so any of you gaming fans out there, there's a lot of games we got to catch up on.
Yeah, Dota and D&D's not really streaming, but D&D is something we'll look at. But all that stuff is coming.
Yeah, exactly. And then lastly, for all of you guys that do enjoy the merch that we wear personally, you know, most of the time you see us, we're wearing hoodies. We did upgrade the merch. You guys see this in other videos. we got our NFT King Ember and King Glacier long sleeve tees. And we also have these in hoodies, short tees, whatever you guys want. And our link to our Teespring account is in the link description down below. We have it all categorized in one big dragon store, so you're gonna be able to see all of our different designs. We have these, we also have a double dragon t-shirts coming. I don't know if you guys remember that old Sega Genesis game, Forgotten World. That I didn't realize how similar that was to our whole motif. They have a red guy, a blue guy, and the background is a big ass dragon. So you have a clean ass.
So it was a double dragon one too.
Yeah, double dragon. So yeah, we have a bunch of different dragon merch. There's already merch that's already sitting on now. We have our Rick and Morty dragons on there.
Yeah.
We have the Jedi dragons on there. So if you guys are bored, just take a look, browse on the Dragon Store. Keep in mind that if you're a member on our Patreon, regardless of what tier you're in, you do get discounts through promo codes on our merchandise. So keep that in mind.
And some of that merch will actually start popping up. I think that's some of the things you said will unlock once we hit the 10K.
Yeah, that's one of the main things. Like I said, we have 900 more subs until we hit 10K. Once we hit 10K, it'll allow us to put our Teespring merch store right underneath the video. I'm sure you guys see it all the time where they actually have all the merch available right there on the video instead of you having to click here to click there to click there. Because I get it, sometimes it's a pain in the ass to take extra steps. So once we unlock that, once we hit 10K, it'll be a lot easier to access our Dragon Store. Other than that, I feel like that is the gist of what I want to say. Glacier, do you have any other thoughts before we wrap this up?
No, I'm good. That's all I wanted to say. And other than that, big dragon thank you to you guys.
Yeah, to everybody out there, whether you're subscribed or not subscribed, you're watching this video, we just want to say from the bottom of our dragon hearts, we really appreciate what you guys do for us. Again, without you guys, there's no Dragon Squad, there's no Reaction Dragons, there's no Dragon's Lair. We'd be a couple of bum dragons sitting on the street asking for change. So we really appreciate what you guys are doing. We just hope that with these new plans and these new goals for 2022, I do really feel like we're going to get a strong squad of shows throughout the year. We have the brand new shows coming out, House of the Dragon, the Lord of the Rings series, Moon Knight, Obi-Wan Kenobi. There's so many banger ass shows coming out. I believe the second season of Shadow and Bones coming out this year. Yep. Stranger Things, The Boys season 3, you name it. There's gonna be so much shit happening. Plus we're gonna try to revisit some older shows that are already out.
Movie reactions,
you name it. So our goal is to really just up the ante on the content, give you guys what you continuously love to and you come back for and enjoy. And we couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much. And until the next time, we'll see you next time.